With half anniversary right around the corner, we recently had a special live stream for the version 2.0 update that ended up showing us not only Bond, but a bunch more things pertaining it that are pretty darn awesome to see. So inside today's video, guys, you're going to be able to see everything inside of the 2.0 live stream update, and it's going to be a huge recap summarizing anything and everything you want to know. My name is Bladecifer, and as always, if you guys like 7DS content or even some of my other content being P5X, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's jump straight into it. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of the start of the live stream, the one thing I wanted to showcase is there is a live stream code for all of you guys to enter right now. This code is going to be FOXIN0826 half anniversary, and you want to put this in immediately because it's giving you a whole multi of our purple characters. So that's going to be always great for us. We're going to be able to pull on that banner. It's more of the standard banner multi, and that's always great for anybody. Now, it's going to come in handy if you guys want some shards, so be sure to do this ASAP because we do not know when it does end. But besides the code first, we did get some of the main things that we wanted to look at, and it is going to be SSR Bond, the Righteous Outlaw. Now he's going to have his 3 different weapons, one of them being a physical nunchuck, the other one being a earth greatsword, and the last one being a burst gauntlet. Now all 3 of these are pretty darn interesting, and we're going to go over exactly what each one does as a summary here. Starting off with the physical nunchucks, he pretty much is able to take all the elemental attack that he gets from his other teammates that you guys can see down below and utilize this. A portion of his physical damage will be increased with his engraved equipment as long as there are other elements on the team, so he will get stronger based on that, and everything is going to derive off of his chains. Essentially, he's able to inflict chains on the enemy, and this essentially will help him not only help out his crit chance, but help him get his crit damage, well, not crit damage, sorry, his defense shatter. So this is always going to be a good thing to go ahead and do and focus on. I think his nunchucks are going to be pretty darn cool, but we have to see a little bit more of it inside of game. After we go over this, you guys are also going to see a little bit of gameplay on the side. I'm unsure where I want to put it just yet, but essentially the character looks like he's going to be pretty darn cool. If we end up getting his special weapon as well, he's going to be able to help you out on the crit damage side of things too, which is always going to be a cool part as well. And it will be based on each special attack he uses. So you do want to use your special attacks a lot because affecting this with the chains will obviously help you out with decreasing the special attack cooldown, allowing him to continuously attack, which is always a great thing. Now going with the second spec here, that is going to be the Earth Greatsword. The Earth Greatsword itself is going to have something a little bit different, which is going to be activating something called a berserk state inside of this, in which now the ultimate skill will remove cooldowns, pretty much resetting your normal skills and allowing you to stack up crit chance with your special attack as well. So this one's going to be kind of interesting. It seems like it's going to be a very intriguing spec itself, where you're able to not only get crit damage out of this with the engravement set, but you're also able just to restack or get your skills back based on the amount of berserk status that you end up getting. Just pretty much reset central. His team is also pretty interesting because he has 2 bursters in it, which is very interesting to see how that's going to play on out, but I can't wait to see more of that as well. Gameplay should have been playing on the side as well. I'm going over this too. And then as we check the last spec, this is going to be more of our darkness spec, being a dark burster. It's more likely starting to look like it's catering to Meliodas the most here, because with the darkness spec, you're wanting to do combined ults to obviously get your burst on off, and this will allow it to remain even longer, but also allow you to also get extra skill damage here off of this, or at least extra all elemental burst resistance off of this, which will also be great. So pretty darn cool. Darkness damage overall is getting increased with him as well, so that's also a cool thing, in which we saw some cool movements with this. I think this is probably my favorite with all the animations as well, so pretty darn awesome to see this from the live stream. But besides this, we did have the GACHA outfit, which you guys are going to see as well on the screen. It's the Unholy Knight outfit, which is pretty cool. If you guys have played Grand Cross, it's more similar to the green Bond at the very beginning of the game type outfit. Obviously I'm taking the mask off when it does come out as well, because I don't really like the mask on. It's pretty darn cool, but still not cool enough for me to keep. And then we can see for the nunchucks, we have something different here, being Magon Vesta as his weapon. After that, we did get a chapter update 2, which is going to be Act 16, where we're going to meet Kala, one of the OC members, and then obviously more into just the story itself, finally meeting Bond, who is apparently collecting star fragments from what they've ended up saying. As we go through alongside of this, we ended up getting a new region called Ravens. This region themselves, they did not show much about it here, but what we did see was there's going to be expanded sources inside of here, whether it's iron, silver, gold, and plat ore, alongside with one of the newer minerals being the Meridian ore here. And that's going to be interesting to see because we're going to be able to make some new gear sets with that as well. Moving on ahead here, we have a couple other new things happening, and this is going to be the 3 different I guess aspects of the game. One of them is going to be the equipment growth set, being the Transcendence. Obviously, by going ahead and doing the Transcendence version of the dungeons, or either doing at least Abyss, you're going to be able to get these Transcendent engraving stones, which are going to be used to get up your engraving equipment. Engraving equipment itself can now go to plus 15, which can get you not only some additional options, but eventually lead you to getting a unique passive, boosting your overall power. This also leads into one of the newer content that's going to be coming out called Labyrinth, and Labyrinth itself is going to have different things that you're able to do inside of it, like a roguelike game mode with different characters you can get as well. Inside this game mode you enter, you're going to be able to do different battles and events, as well as assign different heroes and rent pets throughout the whole thing to get yourself some weekly prizes. This is going to come out during September 2nd, so be sure to think about that as well. Then we have the newest update coming out with TIMESPACE Junction Season 2. This will also have some changes for Season 1, such as now the returning Season 1 bosses, they will appear with newer Season 1 bosses, or new season bosses as well. We now see for Sector 1, Fraudron will be physical and ice, while for Fairy Hellbrim, he'll be darkness and wind. Alongside of this, they ended up getting out some new pets, so be sure to go for those as well. Then we have the 2 other new spaces, or at least the one other thing here, which is the new crafting recipes added. This is where we use the Meridian ore itself. They give us a plethora of different ways we're going to be able to utilize this, whether it's coming out to the alloy we can use it for, combining Transcendent Essence and Meridian ore in order to get more Transcendence engraving stones, or either just using any of this type of content on the left side here in order to create the Lich Dragon Roar weapon recipes as well. So if you guys weren't lucky enough to get them from the event, you'll be able to create them there, which is always great, and I'm glad they ended up doing something like this. Later down the line, they always showed us a whole overview of the events here. This is going to come down to more of the festival poll, where 3 characters are going to be chosen for eventual comebacks themselves. We get us some small gifts, such as 2 standard multis and a multi and a half for the premium multi. Obviously, the Bond trial event, half Anni, which you're going to be able to select your rewards, and then 2 different other events that we have, such as the Her Return, where Gila is going to be back for a limited event. This is going to get you weapon skins and other growth materials. And the other one being pretty much Cops and Robbers, which is called Holy Knights and Thieves, where essentially 15 players, 11 of them being the Holy Knights and 4 of them being Thieves, is obviously going to be pretty interesting to get you. Now, I can't remember if it was the 11 being the Holy Knights or the 4 being the Thieves, or vice versa. So we're going to see on September 2nd when that does come out. Alongside of this, for my spenders, we are getting some star memory resets as well. So if you haven't bought all your star memories, be sure to do that now before they end up resetting. Now, they did tell us the half anniversary special event is guaranteeing us Meliodas. If you are new, you get obviously a Meliodas on your first pull. If you are an existing person who has Meliodas or either have been playing, you now get Meliodas as a anniversary update prize, which is going to be inside of our mail. And then obviously, if you're a person with a P10 Meliodas, you get yourself 180 Star Trace Crystalloids, which obviously can be used for a different character duplicate. After that, we have the improvements, which are going to be coming to the whole game themselves, whether some improvements on Nightmare being the newest easy mode on raids. Hell got a little bit improved as well. No improvements happened to the Abyss because it didn't need to really be changed, but we also got an MVP multiplayer selected type deal here, which will now tell you who is MVP of the entire round. With that all said and done here, the last thing that we're going to go over for the video is the half anniversary festival bingo draw, where all these things on the screen right now is what we're going to be getting, thankfully, to Japan and Korea selecting the correct ones, as well as global selecting correct ones. All of this should be inside of your mailbox when they do send it on out. But with that all out the way, you guys, let me know how y'all feel about this. Do you feel like the whole live stream was actually worth it? Do you think it was pretty awesome? If not, let me know down below as well. But till then, thank you for watching and have a nice day. Peace.